supporting young academics in Sri Lanka, securing the future of the university system. Before we begin, I would like to make one point absolutely clear. This discussion is not intended to criticize individuals or institutions within the Sri Lankan university system. Sri Lanka has many dedicated senior academics and administrators who have contributed enormously under challenging conditions. Rather, this is a constructive, forward-looking conversation about systems, culture, and the future of higher education, particularly about how we support young academics who represent the next generation of Sri Lankan universities. Point 1. Why young academics matter for the future. Sri Lankan universities stand at a critical moment. The future quality, relevance, and global competitiveness of the system will not be determined by past achievements, but by how effectively young academics are supported today. Young academics are not merely junior staff. They are future professors, future deans, future vice-chancellors, and future leaders of the entire university system. If they are not empowered now, the leadership pipeline of the future will inevitably weaken. Point 2. Hierarchy and power imbalance. Universities naturally operate within hierarchical structures. However, in Sri Lankan universities, power is often highly concentrated at senior levels, such as heads of departments, deans, and vice-chancellors. These positions exert strong influence over confirmation and promotion, research opportunities and funding, teaching allocations, visibility, and career progression. This concentration of authority can create a structural power imbalance, in which young academics may feel that academic freedom is conditional. Independence carries personal risk. Conformity feels safer than innovation. This is not a matter of personalities, but of how authority and decision-making are structurally organized. Point 3. Consequences, harassment, silencing, and fear. When strong hierarchies exist without adequate safeguards, serious problems can emerge. It must be stated clearly and responsibly. Academic harassment, whether verbal, positional, or power-based, exists in some environments and must be actively addressed. Harassment harms not only individuals but also the academic culture itself. It generates fear, discourages open dialogue, and silences ideas. A healthy academic environment cannot exist where people are afraid to speak freely. Point 4. Young academics perform well internationally. There is an important and often overlooked reality. Compared to many senior Sri Lankan academics, a significant number of young Sri Lankan academics perform at an international level. They publish in internationally recognized journals, collaborate with global research groups, secure international research funding, adopt modern, interdisciplinary research approaches. This demonstrates clearly that the issue is not a lack of talent or ability. Rather, the problem is that this potential is not always fully recognized or empowered locally. When this happens, the system loses its most powerful source of renewal. Point 5. This is not a generational conflict. This is not a debate between senior and junior academics. Both generations bring essential strengths. Senior academics contribute experience, institutional memory, mentorship. Young academics contribute innovation, global exposure, energy, and adaptability. Strong university systems thrive when these strengths complement each other, not when one generation is constrained or marginalized. Point 6. The path forward. Securing the future. If Sri Lankan universities are to secure their future, several changes are essential. First, reduce excessive concentration of power. Transparent promotion and evaluation systems. Broader representation in decision-making committees. Fixed-term leadership roles. Second, suppress harassment, clearly and institutionally. Clear and enforceable codes of conduct. Independent grievance and mediation mechanisms. genuine protection against retaliation. Third, empower young academics with real responsibility. Leadership roles in research and teaching. Autonomy in academic direction. Meaningful participation in institutional decision-making. Finally, redefine leadership success. Measure leaders by how effectively young academics develop and thrive. Reward mentorship, not control. These are not radical proposals. They are widely accepted global best practices in successful university systems. Point 7. The cost of inaction. If these issues are ignored, the consequences are clear. Young academics disengage or leave. Leadership renewal weakens. International competitiveness declines. Universities may continue to function administratively, but they will gradually decline intellectually. Point 8. Final message. The future is being decided. Now let me conclude with this message. Young academics are not the future of Sri Lankan universities tomorrow. They are the future today. Every decision that silences them delays renewal. Every action that empowers them strengthens the system. Supporting young academics is not an act of criticism. It is the most responsible and strategic investment Sri Lankan higher education can make.